At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
Good evening and welcome to HEX News. My name is Lindsay and I am here with Hexican Lindsay. How you doing tonight?
Nice to see that I can be two places at once officially.
Yeah, I did not even realize that we had two Lindsays in here, but hey, it is what it is.
Just really wanted to hammer it home, that's all.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on with Hex today?
It was just a regular old Saturday, it seemed like, until we put this tweet out about this stream, Hex News, like 2 hours ago. And what do you know? It must started some kind of pump. We got Hex now. Oh, never mind. I got a little excited. Thought we were gonna hit 6 cents, but looks like we got rejected. But hey, it's a start. But what are you going to do? You know, we've had a great week. Can't complain. Green candles everywhere. Floki, Elon's pumping meme coins. Feels like we're on the heels of a little alt season. I don't know. We'll see.
It does look a little alty out there, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, when you're used to coming in here and seeing just red candles day after day after day, and then you see some green, you get excited. I don't know if it's warranted, but hey.
Well, I mean, a little positivity in the market is what keeps us all alive, right? That's what markets are, cycles of emotions, right?
Exactly. Exactly 10 top. Exactly. 5.6 is better than 5.4. Exactly. So you always have to look at it like the glass is half full. Exactly. So yeah, I think Bitcoin is looking decent. If we can keep hovering above 23, 24, 25K, it could be exciting. A lot of catalysts for some bullish stuff. I've been looking a lot into both bearish catalysts with the real estate market and just the economy, jobs, all that. And seems like crypto front runs all that somehow. That when we pivot, we might see a little correction, but I think we are gonna be the first ones to move. We might hopefully get some positive legislation this year and really set us up for a massive run going into 2024, 2025.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely these little micro pumps are like awesome to watch the market, like to see which projects or products are going to stick around for a long test of time. This is my first bear market, so watching the things that were like popping off at the end of the last bull run and now they have either gone away and gone dormant forever or that have stayed around and improved. It's been interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. That you got a good point right there. People getting off the sidelines, and I was just looking at stablecoin flows, and when you see an inflow into exchanges, that could be a bullish thing because that money on the sidelines is coming into the market, which at this point we need catalysts for that. And green candles are probably the best thing that you could do to get people on the sideline. All the bears that thought we were going to 10K, they won't buy at 20, they won't buy at 25, but they sure as hell will buy at 30. And then they'll ride it up probably to maybe 40 if they're lucky, and then get slammed right back down to 19K. That's my prediction. get all those people that are excited, all the bears turn bulls, get them wrecked again, get them, shake them out one final time. The Fed will pivot, and that I think will set us up for a big run.
I think that's a pretty fair prediction. This Ty, I can't imagine us going any further past like a accumulation zone until we get more clarity, and the more branding around stable coins that they do, the more people will feel will feel more like they're actually what they're not, which is stability or a source of stability. People are going to be looking at the words that are used in front of them. That's the headlines that we're seeing all the time. Stable coins, like, how misleading.
Yeah, definitely. And this article is really pretty funny here. Crypto investors under attack by Mortal Kombat ransomware and Laplace Clipper. LA Plaz Clipper. I don't know if this is some kind of troll on the LA Clippers basketball team, but I mean, be careful. It's basically a malware that we all know better in our community not to put stuff in your notepad. I guess this right here looks for certain key strings and accounts that are pasted in notepads, and it goes in and changes those addresses. So you think you have your address pasted in there, you copy it, and you go and paste it somewhere, and it's actually a different address that gets pasted in there without you knowing it. So I don't think that's going to affect any of us, but we'll see. It's happening out there, and it's just more for the average person that's on the fences. They see these headlines and they just stay away.
And little do they know, the solution is as simple as not storing your information on iCloud storage. It is as simple as it is. You could even go outside, burn a stick, and draw it on a piece of paper if you want to do. That'd be a lot safer.
Yeah, seriously. And I mean, every time it seems like we move over to hex.com or come here, the site's updated, it's cleaned up, there's like something new about it. It's nice to see that it doesn't look like, it doesn't show the London buses anymore, like the city streets that were super old. Seeing the diamond and all the stuff. I mean, it's just good for people that are new. When the first impression is so important, right?
It's everything. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely gotten cleaned up quite a bit. Looks good.
Yeah, it does. So that just awesome website now. I think with all the FUD and hatred, you got to have a clean website, which there is now. No
clean website, so many resources. If there is a question that you have, you can go to this website. It will answer the HEX question for you, or it will point you in a direction to somebody who speaks the similar language.
Yep. And yeah, look at that. The T-share rate, 26,459. I can't believe it. I mean, I was looking at my last stake my stake that comes due next in a couple months. And it was like 1.2 T-shares, and it's like 18,000 HEX. It's like, oh my God. 1.2 T-shares now, you're looking at like 35,000. It's almost double the rate of when that stake was first made. It's getting extremely expensive for T-shares in the HEX rate.
Yeah, in terms of HEX, it absolutely is. When I started streaming with Serena in early October, we were reading off around a 22,000 HEX T-share rate. So it just keeps ratcheting it up. Catch up.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's actually going to come back, slow down. It's ratcheting up so fast. I know there might potentially some whale games behind the scenes, but none of that we can affect or do anything about. And one thing that I did see is the average length of the shares. I mean, 6.77 years. I didn't see anything that was like the longest I had ever seen. Let's see if I can pull up. I don't know why there's only 10 entries. There we go. Show 100. There we go. Yeah, 6.75 was the highest we got. 6.76. So that's 6.77 from 2 days ago is the highest average length that we've seen, which if that doesn't make you bullish on HEX, that this length is staying consistently almost to 7 years, I don't know what what to tell you. You need to start doing some better research.
It's it shows for commitment. You know, you're time locking. That's what staking is, right? You're locking your money, you're time locking it away on the blockchain. So for 6 years, to have the confidence that a code will be, delivering what it's promising to you, rather than locking it away with a middleman that you don't know where their company or where they're going in 6 years. Well, it's been very clearly laid out for us with code.
Yeah, exactly. So look, wait, wow. So the T-share rate actually, wait, how did it drop? Okay, okay. That I thought it can only increase the T-share rate. Okay, yeah, okay, wow. I'm like blending numbers in. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, how is it 25? Okay. So 25,000 is less than 26,000. All right, there we go. They're blended in here. I'm like, wait a minute, how did this go? All right. So you're looking at screens too much. But Richard just put out this tweet. Where we at? Let's see if we're at 1,000 retweets. Oh yeah, 1,052. This has got to be going. Oh no, it's not. It's not even trending. How's that possible? 1,000 retweets in like 2 hours, and it's not trending.
If we think that our friend Twitter is censorship resistant, then we might want to think again.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
After staking on Pulse Chain will require the upstream changes from the ETH mainnet to work with them, which can then be merged into Pulse Chain when devs see it's worked out well for them. Thus, the Pulse devs are working on both the rolled back Aragon version and a potential fix to the newest version. Both clients are currently syncing to test the fixes. Centralized exchanges are known for stealing their customers' coins. Please don't get robbed by them. Remove all your coins. Like, actually log in and remove them. So, basically, Pulse Chain's coming in 2 weeks. Nice.
You heard it here first. Woo.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is good news that finally, 9 years later, Mt. Gox people, not even them, but the two biggest creditors, Bitcoinia and MGIF, have accepted the crypto payout. Therefore, on September 30th, 2023, they will recover their payments. So that is potentially going to be a I don't know, a little sell the news event. That's where I think is going to be the bottom of the market, right around there. They'll be right out probably 3 months after the Fed pivots. That'll be a huge bearish sentiment for the market. All this Bitcoin's coming out. And when everyone starts to get bearish again, boom. I think we'll start flipping bullish again in 2024. Should be a great year. Can't stop, won't stop. Exactly, Tin Top. What's up, Dan Wilson? Appreciate you stopping in. The price in dollars can range, but T-shirts can only go up. Exactly. Yeah, I was definitely not able to read 5s and 6s a minute ago. That was my bad there. But yeah, it's really funny. The love the author of this article, Suzuki Shills a lot. Definitely an extremely credible source, probably a real person for sure. But shout out to Suzuki Shills a lot for his great reporting on the Mt. Gox situation. So we got Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong is warning us that if we screw this up, the United States is at risk of losing its financial hub status. With no clear regs on crypto and a hostile environment from regulators, Congress should act soon to pass clear legislation. Crypto's open to everyone in the world, and others are leading, he added, mentioning Europe, the UK, and Hong Kong. And we talked about Hong Kong earlier this week on stream that this summer they're going live with all crypto trading. It's all legal, all secondary trading for retail. They're good to go. And I think that's going to filter over to Europe which I think they're past the MICA is the part 2 or whatever is happening in the next few months. So it looks like Europe will have legislation and we'll be the last ones. They'll be able to look at China, I think, look at Dubai, look at London, see what works, look at Singapore, see what works there, and then hopefully have laws that are favorable.
Yeah, I like those. That hopefully we'll have laws that are favorable to whom we shall see. We probably have an idea. If you follow the money, you'll understand where the rules are going to be going towards favorability, but I digress. But at least we do have crypto and Congress members that are actually like pro crypto here. I'm a little excited to see. I'm more than a little excited to see this. I'm very excited to see this. Caitlin, tell us what's good.
She's actually awesome. They have, because her bank Custodia has been trying to have their crypto bank approved by the Federal Reserve, and in the last couple weeks, she just got slaughtered. And then she came out and wrote a blog post called "Shame on Washington D.C. for shooting a messenger who warned of the crypto debacle." She said that current enforcement actions are a misguided crackdown on the entire industry. It's well known that senior members of the SEC, the White House, and the CFTC met with SBF, and ultimately 1/3 of the members of Congress received a direct contribution from SBF. And then she wrote in her blog that government officials likened her crypto bank's operation to FTX's misconduct and collapse, resulting in an ambush on the crypto industry. And she's trying to do the right thing, right? You hear from the SEC, come work with us, come register, everything will be great. And she said they tried to become federally regulated, the very result bipartisan policymakers claim to want, yet Custodia has been denied and is now disparaged from daring to come through the front door. So that was after 2 years. After she published her blog, Jesse Powell of Kraken chimed in. "I can't tell you how infuriating it is to have pointed out massive red flags and obvious illegal activity to regulators, only to have them ignore the issues for years." Powell tweeted, "They're offshore. It's complicated. We're looking at everybody for years." So now they're coming after Do Kwon. How many months after Terra collapse? It's like they're playing, catch up here. And
they're playing strategic catch up. These things have been on their radar. They were brought to their attention, like as she just said, Caitlin just said, and a little bit in the article was that she brought this to their attention weeks before the collapse happened, waving a flag like this is the dirty work that I discovered. Look at it's dirty underwear drawer. Check it out. And they completely ignored her and allowed that to happen. Well, I have a hard time wrapping my head around them not knowing what's going to happen and letting it play out so that they could enforce by, they're not enforcing by regulation. They're enforcing by like retroactively. So, I mean, it's like, they did this, so we're going to do that kind of thing. And this is the regulatory clarity that we're getting. It just seems like they're making the waters muddier. Sorry.
Yeah. And as they said up here too, while we're doing that, you have Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea's second largest city, thriving. It's crazy. But this was the one thing that caught my eye here, that seeing NFT sales, that tells me that we're bullish, that things in the market are bullish. Degens are back. Money is back. People want to gamble. And I don't know what better sign than to see NFTs trading again. That's, to me, when you see that, Binance, stuff like that, the degens are back. People want, I don't know what it is. People in crypto just love losing money. It is what it is. And we got HEX now on Bitcoin.com now. Look at that. That is new to me. I didn't know it was actually on there. So that was a little random.
Nice to see it. Well, that's what happens when you get a good pump, right?
Yeah. Got a little excited there. But yeah, I don't know. This to me, you know, and all of it is on Ethereum. I didn't realize that they have 20 times the volume of their nearest competitor, which is Solana. You know, 360 million in sales, whereas Solana's at 18. And the last article here, Polygon Labs president Ryan Watt says the next Jeff Bezos will come from Web3. Could it be Richard Hart? The $1 million question.
Well, let's get him a PR rep and maybe we can make that happen. But, you know, do you really want to tame the beast, so to speak? I mean, he is who he is. And at the end of the day, you either appreciate authenticity or you're looking for the next shiny plastic thing. So I think that pretty much speaks to his brand as, you know, people change, things change, it goes away. But there's one thing that's for certain that stays the consistent.
Yeah. I mean, we're 2 weeks away from Pulse Chain now. If you just read between the lines of this tweet here, you know, upstream and then rolled back Aragon and like actually log in. So that means we're 2 weeks away. If you do Dementry on that, you'll get 8. And then 8 means 1 week and 1 day. So 2 weeks.
I don't get here when it gets here, and no amount of gematria can convince us otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
that was an interesting attempt, though. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on it on my gematria or dementria, whatever it's called.
Dementia.
Dementria, isn't that it? Or gematria?
No, but maybe that could be a new token. Dementia coin, Dementria coin. I forgot what was happening in the market.
Dementia coin. We go down before you remember you bought it.
No, that was FTX. Okay.
People are still actually trading it though. That's the funny thing is I don't understand. They're like people are still buying it. But
I mean, listen, I worked in like a high pressure situation where people were coding all the time. Like sometimes you just can't stop. You just want to believe it. It's so bad. You want to find a heartbeat. Look what happened with me and Nuna. I'm still salty about that. I was trying to give that thing a pulse forever.
I guess, yeah. I guess I feel the same way with Luna.
There's only so many chess compressions you can do.
Yeah.
Before
this whole hash flow, that's actually a coin that this coin is potentially going to blow up. I actually might rebuy this. I bought some of it at like 40 cents and then it did nothing. I bought it a while ago and it just kind of went up, did nothing. And I sold it. I had it on Kraken, like $100 worth. And then when they got rid of staking and all my Kusama got unstaked, I just said, screw it and took everything off there. And I was literally like at 50 cents right here. And then it pumped right up. But I like hash flow because the cross-chain swapping, like what Atomic Wallet does, where you can just swap Bitcoin for Hex or Litecoin for Hex in there for super cheap, kind of the same thing over there with hash flow, with bridging and stuff. So that's an altcoin that I actually might YOLO into for the DGen play of the week. But we shall see. Gotta
keep us
always
posted on that one.
Yeah, got to have that one DGen play. You know, now that pretty much out of AGIX and Fetch sold out, took profits on those at almost 55 cents. They're not doing anything now. I don't know if the AI narrative has calmed down or if we're just in a little sideways trend before we got a nice pump next week. But definitely look at the Asian exchanges. That's what I've been doing is looking at KuCoin and looking at Huobi and the other exchanges and seeing what coins are trading. If it's ApeCoin, if it's Mana, if it's Sandbox, if you just go there and look at categories, you can go to exchanges and check it out. And you can see what's being traded and where. And you can go to all kinds of stuff in here, all kinds of ecosystems, exchanges, all kinds of categories. But go look at that. And that can tell you potential trends. I've been using it. Aptos, it pointed out Render, Singularity Net. They were all being traded over there before they had their initial pumps. And there you go. There's your gem, Velo. Well, you got that in Lobster Wallet. I know that for a fact.
Maybe not. I don't. I will maybe not disclose those things publicly.
But see, that's a top 1,000 coin. Look at that. No
Yeah, I know.
one knows about Velo. I had the good that coin, man. I swear I watched like a block. What was it? A blocks block stacks or something foundation in the Stellar Turrets Foundation video with maybe 10 views on it, and he talked about Velo and blocks and one other coin, and Velo was the only one of the three that actually had a coin on Lobster. So I bought it, and sure enough, it's been going up 50%, crashing back down, going up. I mean, it's if you're a DGen, it is right up your alley.
Well, it's definitely one that's fun to watch because it's making high or low. So that's it can stay for a little bit.
Yeah, you never know. We keep an eye out on everything.
Well, especially with XLM being so undervalued right now, with the partnerships that they have and the solutions or the problems that they're offering solutions to and for, really holding on to those little side plays in like what I believe that will be a major player coming up. So I get excited about those little things. And then when I'm ready, I take them and I turn around and I put them back into HEX.
Exactly. And having a plan, that's the most important thing. Regardless if it's that or if it's putting them into state, whatever it is, just have a plan. We were talking about Rocket Pool for the last week and a half now because of the DeFi debacle with everyone's going to get money off exchanges, no more staking, ETH 2.0, rah, rah, rah. What's that going to do? Force money into DeFi protocols, into these other ETH staking pools, and Rocket Pool and Lido DAO. Both of them we've been talking about. And if you had bought Lido at, in the last week and a half, we first started talking about it was at like 225, right down in here. And it's already up almost 50%, 70% in a month. So none of this is financial advice, but when you can identify trends and spot them before they happen, we nailed Render, Singularity Net, Fetch. We hit on literally 3 of the Aptos. We didn't buy because of a stigma towards Facebook, that's a lesson to learn right there. That was the biggest mistake of the year, is not buying Aptos because the narrative on where it came from. But we're in this to make money, and that was the bad decision. But you got to learn. And the narratives are coming from Asia. The money is back. They're now legalizing everything in Singapore, Hong Kong, South Korea. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think the next couple months could be really bullish.
Absolutely. Korea is a market to watch. And Singapore will be turning into Singapore. They're laying so much infrastructure down there and getting so much moving. They're way ahead of us.
Yeah. I'm excited. Even this Blur, that created a massive stir with their airdrop last week. And I mean, ever since it bottomed out, at 60 cents, it's just straight up doubled up. So you could have FOMO'd into Blur and doubled your money. And that's a lot of HEX you could have bought. So there's opportunities out there. It's just finding them and being confident and whole conviction. Shout out Facing Reality. Talked about Chainlink last week. He's like, man, I think Link's going to pop. So I went into iTrust Capital with my IRA, sold some ETH, put it into Link, and caught this pump. Once the market, it keeps rhyming, keeps repeating so similarly to the past 3 cycles. Every time you hear, oh, it's different, extended cycles. No, it's not. They're all the same, so similar. They just move a little bit. But if you can catch the overall trend, catch the narratives, it's Groundhog's Day for this next cycle. We'll be front running it and crushing it. So stay tuned. We'll be streaming 5 times a week now moving forward, from CBDC stuff to DGen plays to HEX to Hedera, DeFi there. I mean, we'll be covering everything. I'm on Arbitrum right now. I just bridged over there, got some pancake NFTs, I think. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of shit just to try to get an airdrop over there. And then Sui, that test net could be huge. The airdrop over there. I mean, for what was it? The Aptos airdrop was massive. People were getting $40,000 on that. Same thing with the Blur airdrop. So the Sui one is going to be huge when that comes out. So it could be too late. I mean, who knows? But we've been messing around on the test net, and that's all you can do. You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, their testnet wave 2 just ended, and then wave 3, I haven't seen any news about when that's opening, but I'll share that with you friends when I do, because they had some really it was actually really fun to go in and play around there, and I am very confident that they will be transferring those SUI in some sort of way that will benefit us Hexicans in the future to be able to turn it into Hex. So
yeah, and that
I like
there's an entire like SUI airdrops thread that you can follow, and it shows you exactly what to do. Same thing with Arbitrum. There's an Arbitrum airdrops, Arbitrum gallery. This is it right here. And they show you exactly what to do, retweets, everything. And they're just doing airdrops, for early birds. And you never know. We've got tons of airdrops in the past, from 1inch to Uniswap to oh god, what was that governance token there? Ample Fourth governance token that was worth over $5,000. I'll never forget that airdrop came out. It was over $100 a coin. I had 50 something of them. I swapped it all to Hex, and that $5,000 turned into $75,000 in Hex within 6 months. And that coin now is worth like $5. So and I bought maybe $50 of the coin, and I hated it and swapped out of it. And 2 years later, a $5,000 airdrop shows up. So you just never know. You got to be in it. And when you least expect stuff is when it happens for you. When you're forcing stuff, bad things happen.
Honestly, we will never see times like this again because of like these projects wanting to get pushed out, the products that they're wanting to push upon us, or like alleged products, or whatever you want to call it. Like projects have like a finite time to them, but products are like solidified. So like there's got to be some new lingo that they're going to come up with for the in-betweens in crypto land. But where I was going with that is like, pay attention to what Adam said, which is the narrative. The narratives will repeat themselves. The narratives will repeat themselves cyclically, and the geckos can only get so like, tricky with their wording and reading, being able to like take the time to disconcern and read it in between the lines. You may not love playing with a testnet, or you may not love like going on and backing another token or coin like that. But at the end of the day, it's all a game. And what is the biggest game out there? The game right now is free airdrops. They will go away. They will find a way to smash airdrops and make them like, look at all the things that happen when a new store opens. Grand opening sales, coupons, it's all marketing. It's all marketing. So if you could take that marketing and use it to your advantage, because that's what they're doing essentially. Like Web3, yes, the intention is to take it from Web 2 level where it was great, get on Web 2, we're gonna store all your data and take it, sell it off and use you for it. And Web 3 is like, no, we're not okay with that. But remember, the Web 2 corporations are merging over, and branding is still branding. There are still normies out there. We have to educate them slowly, getting them into faucets and airdrops, and then teaching them how to turn that free money back into Hex staking, where they can lock it away and be part of us for, look at it, we just looked at 6.7 years on average. So if we can get some of this economic energy and put it away with free tokens and lock it away for 6-7 years, what do you care? It came in free. I don't know. I think for me, I feel like that'd be a fun game plan. How much free airdrops can I collect? How much of that can I collect and then turn it back into Hex? That'd be.
Yeah. And what's like, it's one thing to like see it or like, hear about it and like see tweets about it. But when you're doing it in real life with Saucer Swap, with, the CX1 faucet, I mean, there's so many different avenues. Even when Pulse launches, you're going to be able to hit the faucet and get free Pulse and Pulse X, I believe. I'm almost positive, even on Matic, if you don't have money for a transaction, you can hit the Matic faucet and they'll send you a tiny bit for a transaction. Like, there is free money out here. And, Sui, I think, is going to be massive. It's going to be just as big as Aptos, and they're doing an airdrop. So, you got to be doing stuff other people aren't. If you're sitting in spaces all day talking about, when Pulse Chain could potentially launch, you're not going to have time to be doing research on other airdrops, on Sui here, on Arbitrum, and they are coming. You know, they've already said it. It's just you going out and taking the time and doing it and being proactive. And I don't know anything about code. I'm not on the test nets like building stuff out. I'm just using it. They give you little challenges to do. You know, move your stake to different validators for different lengths, unstake here, you know, starting buy an NFT, what was it? Buy two and then combine them and mutate it into a new one. I mean, it's simple stuff that anyone can do. And, you know, who knows? It might end up being nothing. We might end up missing it, or we could get thousands of dollars. You never know. And just being in it, and it's exciting. It keeps you positive. It keeps you not in these toxic Twitter spaces and just yelling at people. Like, Twitter can be so toxic, and you know, just use it for looking up stuff, for research, for positive stuff. You know, don't find yourself arguing with people, and it's just so bad. You know, you miss out on so much of it. Let's see who we follow. Let's see, like, how many Hexican. There you are. See, you know, Crypto Kindness knows. Heinz knows. You know, I mean, just look at who follows them. Tangent knows. Ivan on Tech. See, I like, you just look at the people that follow them that on my small list of followers. Like, you know, no one, I don't know. It's just certain people find stuff like this and you notice it. So you got to just following trends, following narratives. It's all hype in crypto. Once stuff launches, like, it loses all of that momentum, all of the stuff built up, because so many things fail to deliver on when they launch. And very few things launch and just keep pumping going up. And you saw it with the Axie Infinity. You saw it with the Yuga Labs with their land. I mean, it's just, once a trend blows up, it's so hard to repeat it. Once that hype dies down, man, you got to do a lot to recoup it. So catching on narratives before they launch, before they blow up, that's where all the money's made. And you have to be early. You've got to be doing stuff other people aren't, going against the trends, finding yourself in rooms that you don't know anyone. Like today, I was in a Discord AMA with War Some Wizards on Hedera Hashgraph. There were 6 people in there, and 4 of them were like devs in this project, super smart guys, and just being in hearing and just listening to what's going on around you can't hurt. And at least it gives you a good gauge of where we stand up as a community compared to other communities. You know, how do you know, if we're doing the right thing as Hexicans? You know, it feels great, but you get that validation when you go elsewhere and you see, oh, damn, this community, it thinks they are the best and they're 10 deep, they're 3 years behind us. And when you go out there and get into them, that's when you really get the sense of, wow, we are way ahead. We've done all this. You're so far behind us. And it feels good to just sit back and just listen and see what's going on.
Yeah, I absolutely. I too was in a space earlier today, and I was listening to the conversation in the room was because they had brought in so many users from a centralized place. Now they're backtracking and they're touting to their users, no, we're gonna stay on EVM because it's decentralized. Pull back, and I'm like, man, I'd hate to be out there and then having to backtrack to my audience and say, like, okay, well, the way that we didn't do, the way we jumped off the first time wasn't it. Just kidding, let's try again. So waiting for Pulse Chain is no big deal, because obviously people, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to launch and it's going to dump.
It's going to dump like hell. Exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I already have my plan. I already know what I'm doing. It's not going to change. Yeah, depending on what the price does or how fast it moves, yeah, in the short term. But
or is it pessimistic?
Buy the dip. Obviously, every single coin dumps when it launches. I've never seen a coin that just takes off and goes up. That'll be the first ever, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna degen swing trade and then just delegate to David Feeder or whoever, and just sit back and collect and collect and collect, and let the buy and burn work on Pulse X, and that's it. Very easy. But in the meantime, Sui, Arbitrum, so much going on. AI, the narrative there. Even Quant is gonna melt faces too in the next bull run. There's 14 million coins out there. It's way scarcer than Bitcoin, and no one knows about it. And yeah, here we go. The security token market. These guys, give them a follow. Yeah, they do some cool stuff with actual securities, and like listen to them talk about these securities and tokenized assets that are for credit investors only. Like you can see how it's merging and how it's going to merge in the future. And it's going to be a one-stop shop where you can get your tokenized stocks, you can get your tokenized bonds, you can get your tokenized real estate, you can get your cryptos, you can get your securities. Everything will be in a one-stop shop, and that's where this is headed. So I think you're
how cool is that?
Pop up.
How cool is that we have access to the gems that will be offered through these platforms right here with our very own Vibra Finance CEO. Vibra Finance CEO finds these gems before these platforms do, and then they offer it to the public, and then the public takes a piece of it. So if you follow along with Adam each week, you'll find these gems before they do, and you can get ahead of the game instead of waiting for the public. So yeah.
Yes, that's the key. So here you go. Securitize, the newest opportunity. So I'm pretty sure that you got to wait 12 months. Minimum amount $100. There you go. Invest in the company, bringing transparency to the projected 4 trillion security token industry. So that's wow. So invest in the company, bringing transparency. That's it.
Great tagline.
Wow. I guess I see why this is a $16 billion market. But anyways, yeah, I'm good luck catching up. Crypto's where it's at. These guys, I love you, Hornig, but this is not what's up. But that's all I got for tonight. That's all. You got anything else you want to say? You want to show your workbook for a minute here?
I absolutely no. Like if you're tuning in and you're not familiar with what our workbook is, it's an easy way to get started with crypto. It was written with the intention of being able to hand it off to someone that has no idea where to get started with crypto. Although they're interested, they might feel a little overwhelmed, not know where to start. This is what this workbook is for. I have gone through it painstakingly with Adam many times to make sure that the steps are actionable and digestible for you, to make it easy to share. Our youngest user is 16 and her second language is English. Our oldest user is over 70 and had no desire to get started with crypto and only did it because I was like, come on, we just go through the book. If you could do it, anybody could do it. So if they can get through it when they didn't even want to, then someone who's really genuinely excited and interested in getting started with crypto, teach them how to come into this ecosystem safely, to store their crypto on a cold storage wallet. Really excited. Also, if you could please consider liking and subscribing. I have a brand new Ledger Nano X to give away. I'd love to do that, but I can't do it. Adam won't let me until we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you could pretty please hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell notifications to tune in live, get us 1,000 subs, help us get there. We can get the Ledger into one user's hands so they can keep their crypto safe. Or, if you already have one, you want an upgrade, it's a Ledger Nano X. So it's pretty sweet. Anyway, so we will be back on all week, 9:39 for this week. Really excited to get back on here Thursday morning, talk some crypto market news. So much happens between Monday and Thursday.
Yeah. Russia just piloted a CBDC, or they're piloting one in April, digital ruble. I mean, they're tokenizing all their metals. I mean, there's so much going on outside of the US, around the world, that seems like we're just fed this like useless information that's just recycled. And look at the balloons, look at UFOs, look at all this while you're being robbed blind of your wealth right in front of your own eyes. It's crazy.
And I mean, for someone, if they don't understand the value of DeFi, and they just want to get started to participate with moving assets around for, whatever their reason is, everybody's got their own plan. If you've already gotten started, this is an excellent way to get them started and get their interest peaked into why DeFi. That's really the message so broadly needs to be shared is why DeFi in the first place. And once you can understand and you realize what the difference is between centralized finance and decentralized finance, you can't help but pick a book up like this and want to share it with your friends. That's why we made it downloadable and printable. If you are already started with a crypto and you've got this game tight, if you need some tracker pages, there's a whole, if Adam wants to flip through there, I don't know if I have the controls here, but if you go through page on the table of contents here, sorry.
Yep. There we go.
There, all right, still moving. Pages 6, 7, 8, and 9 are for you to take, print out, and track your information. Track your passwords, track your wallets, track your exchanges, track each coin and coin. That's a new term. I'm gonna coin that term. Coin, whatever. Anyway, track them all. Put them down in a safe place that only you or a loved one has access to. And this is a great way so that you don't get hacked like we were seeing over here with crypto investors getting spy, malware. Cisco Labs is investigating it, like Mortal Kombat ransomware and Lapis Clipper. Whatever. Don't participate in that nonsense. Keep your stuff analog. Write it down. Keep it someplace safe. That's all. I won't get any more preachy than that. I just get, I'm very passionate about people custodying their own money. And once they realize the value and confidently holding their own crypto, it is a game changer for your mindset too.
True. I agree. Yep. And like this shirt says, just hodl.
I like that hat by Suzanne. She did a blingy job.
I know, this thing is awesome. Look at this thing. It blings like crazy. I don't know. Wait, why am I doing that when I can just do this?
I don't know. Nice look though.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
It is it's so cool.
Oh yeah.
The Hex swag. I mean, there is nothing like it in any of the other communities.
No, definitely not.
There we go. Load for a token. Exactly. It's all coming. This stuff, it's all coming. With the liquid staking for institutions we talked about last week, Hex Trust. They built it all out. Though it's ready to go. And they're trying to ban staking or make it seem like staking is illegal for retail when it's not at all. You just can't have a 5% reward in a protocol and then decide to offer 12% as an exchange on that coin. If the protocol says 5%, you offer 5%. That's what Coinbase does. They will not get in trouble for it. Kraken was just giving out rates for their APY. Can't do that. So there's a lot of confusion out there and a lot of nonsense I'm hearing on, staking's being banned. Rah, rah, rah. No, it's not. Calm down. As long as you're abiding by the DeFi protocol, you're good to go. So
yep. Stake and chill.
Exactly. And just hodl.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll see you guys on Tuesday morning, maybe Monday morning. If I can wake up early, we'll see.
Ooh, we'll see. Maybe Monday.
Maybe sleep in Monday, but we'll see. If not, Tuesday morning, 9:30. We'll see you then.
See you then.
At Viber Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Viber Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Viber Finance, we are the future of crypto.